He's using his bat with his top end just going wham, and he's crushing balls like 380, 400 feet.
Oh my God.
I got a little closer. I go, Dante, dude, are you using one hand? He goes, yeah. He goes, I'm trying to prove to myself the top hand's the power hand.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, well, it looks like it is.
And I'm in love with the good life. Can't give it up. Make it to the top. Keep climbing. I wanna live it up. The good life. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. The good life. Good life. Oh, good life. Good life. Good life. Good life.
Boom, coming in hot, Chichi. What's going on, brother?
Look at this, dude. Your sleeves fell off. Sleeves fell off your
Hey,
shirt.
you know what, dude? And I got no sun either. I was just in the cold plunge and I came out and like, dude, I just worked out, so my other shirt smelled so bad. So I was like, I'm just putting this on. Okay.
No, you look good, dude. You look good. Love it. Love it. Good work.
What's up, man? What's going on?
Not much, dude. We got a lot going on in the baseball world. Games are being played, first of all. That's the greatest part.
Love that, dude.
Dude, you just seeing the highlights, just seeing the sun, and guys running around the baseball field makes me feel like it's almost springtime. You know?
I agree, dude. You gotta love it. I just love seeing guys out there. It just shows how long the season is, though, dude. Because I remember these, like, you're so excited when the games first start as a player. About a week in, you're like, God, I hope I'm not in the lineup today. I just want to hit BP, go lift, and go home.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, but most excited, there are some extremely excited baseball players out there. Two of the greatest of our generation are doing some things today. First, you got Justin Verlander on the bump for his new team, the San Francisco Giants. And then you got Mike Trout, perennial super duper star, playing a different position for the first time today. So pick your poison. Which one you want to start with?
Well, you know what? Let's start with Verlander because, it looks like his start was pretty good, through 96 miles an hour. I guess he was talking to Logan Webb. If you go back to Logan Webb's spring training last year, he had like a 10 ERA, 6 starts, 10 ERA. Because in Arizona, the ball flies there. It really does. That air is so different. It just gets into a jet stream. So I guess Verlander gave up a bomb yesterday, but he had a good conversation with Logan Webb saying, don't let your numbers dictate what's going on. Just like, keep a good process, work on your pitches, all that stuff. Balls are going to fly out in Arizona. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah, he said he actually was like people went to him and were like, don't worry about it. He said, quote, I was told not to over concern yourself with pitch shapes here, meaning, I guess, the movement of the ball because it's tough. It's my first spring training in Arizona, so everyone was like, hey, man, it's a little different out here. I've heard from everyone, but I think you still need to be honest with yourself. That's pretty much what you're saying there. But yeah, whatever.
Well, it's funny. You said talking about the air in Arizona. It was the same way in Colorado, dude. When you would play the Rockies, people were like, oh, what is it? Is it about the air? And you hit it in the air and it flies out and the ballpark's bigger. I'm like, no, it's about the pitch shapes. When Darryl Kyle had one of the greatest curveballs in baseball, 12-6 hook, it was so nasty. But when he went to Colorado, dude, he got crushed because the curveball didn't have the same bite. The pitches don't have the same shape. You can't get the ball to move the way you want it to. There's a lot of hangers out there. So that's the biggest thing, and that's the same thing with the Arizona air at spring training is that the ball just doesn't move the same way that it would, when you get to where you're going to be playing.
Yeah, exactly. And then on the flip side, so you got Mike Trout. He goes out and plays a different position. Didn't get any action, but he said, quote, it felt good. Just different angles, things you work on in BP, getting comfortable trying to get a fly ball. Thought I might get a ground ball there, but it's fine. But yeah, I mean, right field, it's the slice, dude. It's a slice and it's the gaps. It's a fun position to play, personally.
You know that, right? Did you play? Would you play center field mostly, right?
I played center mostly, but when you come up, and came up as a freshman, I played a lot of left and a little bit of right. And I actually loved right. I actually thought right field was the truest that it was because righties slice different than I always thought left field was the most difficult outfield position to play, especially if you have a place where there's some angles in the corners there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like center field, you're kind of going, you're playing gap to gap. The hardest ball in center is the one directly at you, as everybody says, those Sean Casey knuckleballs to dead center.
Yeah, dude. I remember some knuckleballs I hit. I hit a knuckleball one time. Eric Owens. Remember Eric Owens? Ebo.
Yeah.
He played with the Reds a little bit, but he played with got traded to the Padres. I hit a knuckleball, bases loaded knuckleball in 1999, when I was raking. I hit a rocket, and I watched the ball. It was like, it was going like this, and he came in, Chinch, and it went wham! It literally went into it was the weirdest thing. It went, poof, and took off into the guy. I got a triple.
Oh my God.
He was like, because it was so, he was coming in. He was like, what the? And he like almost fell. And then the ball took off right. So I was like, wow, that was nasty. I remember hitting it going, that was nasty. You know?
Oh my God.
Because when you cover a ball perfect and it knuckles, that's like a perfect collision with the bat.
Right. Plus, also, when you're playing a field, a knuckleball off the bat hurts so hard. It's like a bomb or like a bowling ball drops into your hand when you catch it. It hurts
Really?
so much.
Yeah, dude.
Unbelievable.
Well, dude, you got two things. You got Trout going to right, and you were saying that right field's maybe a little easier because maybe you could see that lefty hook, the righty slice or whatever.
Yeah.
But Jason Dominguez out there in New York, he's obviously. I don't know if you saw the other day. He dropped the ball, got in the sun. Dude, the sun in Florida is real. I don't care if you have the greatest sunglasses in the world, 8 pairs on, and you have your glove in the air. You're not catching it.
No.
It gets in the sun. You're like, I have no idea. It's like when you're in Oakland during BP, 4 o'clock, bro, ball goes up. You're like,
Nope.
this is actually dangerous. This is going to hit me in the face.
Yeah. Plus, down there in Florida, it's even worse. Is you get what's called the high sky. If there's no clouds in the sky, you have no depth perception of how high the ball actually is. And then if you lose it in the sun, you're done.
It's over.
Done. It was a super quick story. When I was in college, we had an intra-squad practice, and it was fall ball. And in the fall, the sun was literally facing the field, which was the worst thing.
Right.
And it's dude, Matt Murphy hits a high towering fly ball, and I was playing center, and I lost it, and I was like 25 feet in front of the fence. The ball wound up hitting me square on the top of the head. Shot up so high that it went 25 feet back and high enough that it went over the fence.
What? Like a Conseco.
Dude, it was Conseco, but from like 25
Like
feet.
way in. Oh my God. And you didn't see it till it hit your head? Like you didn't know where it was?
I didn't know where it was until it bounced off my head. I felt it hit my head. It was the most embarrassing moment of my like small, subtle baseball career of my life. And I'll never forget my coach, Paul Fernandez, is the greatest guy. After practice, he's done, and he always used to give like a little talk before, after we got on a bus to go back to campus. And he just goes, the wind will blow, the sun will shine. We don't play in the damn closet. And I was like, oh, this is so embarrassed. This is the most embarrassing thing. It's probably part of the reason why I never made it to the big league. It's a true story. Anyway.
But dude, you know what I always say about baseball? Dude, it's like getting thrown out from left field. Hey, you had the courage to play Division I baseball. I had the courage to get in the batter's box, and things happen, dude. Sometimes balls bounce off your head and go 25 feet over the fence. Sometimes you get thrown out from left field. It happens. But at the end of the day, it's the man in the arena, dude. It's the man in the arena. Teddy Roosevelt. It's not the critic who counts or those coward souls that are in the stands yelling at you. It's the guys that are in the arena. I'm just saying, dude, like anyone that's in the arena anywhere and people are talking trash on you, you're in the arena. They're not at the end of the day. So like whatever happens, whether it's good or bad, I don't even love that. It said things happen. It's just reality. Reality happens.
Yeah.
And how I look at reality is the only thing that matters. My response to reality is the only thing that matters at the end of the day. And when you look back and you go, yeah, man, I'm the man in the arena. At the end of the day, it's the way it goes. Jake was getting crushed in South Alabama, dude. There was a fraternity out in center field, and they were just, I could only imagine what they were saying, dude. But obviously, he was kind of scuffing that game, and they were burying him. I'm sure I was involved. Your dad's a big leaguer, and all this. And I sent him that poem the next day, The Man in the Arena, and I said, hey, man in the arena, dude, like at the end of the day, when you get in that batter's box, you're showing up. You have the courage to do that. They're obviously have the courage to play beer dice and beer pong in the outfield and heckle you for 9 innings. He goes, Dad, it was pretty impressive. He said, they didn't let up for 9 innings straight. Wow. I go, that's impressive. I go, they came to play, Jake. They came to play, and you were the target, and they never let up.
Yeah, best way to silence critics, man. Just look at Reggie Miller. Hit the 3, get a hit. Do it.
Exactly, dude. Hit a bomb. Yeah, do something.
Yeah. All right. Another guy we're fired up about paying attention to this year. Huge, interesting year for this franchise and the player. I'm talking Blue Jays, and I'm talking Bichette.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, Bo Bichette had a really weird year last year. I mean, he had a lot of calf injuries. He was out for a while. I think he only played 82 games, didn't hit, didn't slug. It was a weird year for him. And, we're all talking about Vlad Guerrero Jr. What about Vlad Guerrero? What about extensions, all that stuff? Bo Bichette's a free agent after the year, too. And if you go back and look at Bo Bichette, he's been one of the best shortstops from 19 to 2023. I think he had his OPS was above, way above average. His shortstops, he led the league in hits a couple times, over 300 average, hitting home runs. I mean, his stats were really good as one of the. And then we forget because last year he really had a terrible year, but he was really injured most of the year. I got a feeling Bo Bichette, you're going to hear from him this year. It's a walk year. There's a lot of motivation in it, and it doesn't sound like the Blue Jays have really offered him anything either. So, the Blue Jays definitely have some things to look at as far as, signing back Vlad, signing back Bo, where they're moving in the future. Springer's going to be off the books here soon too. So we'll see what happens, man. Really interesting stuff. But I think Bo Bichette's going to really have a big year. I really do.
Right. Also, different day and age, man. 23 years old. Like, first of all, he came up at 21 years old, okay, with 212 plate appearances. That's a lot for 21 years old.
Yes.
When he was 23 and 24, he led the American League in hits, 191 hits as a 23-year-old, 189 hits as a 24-year-old. Let's also not forget the pedigree. You talk about his father a little bit. How great was his father as a player and as a big leaguer, right?
Oh yeah. Well, Dante was incredible, man. And and also such a great hitting coach too. I mean, Dante knew hitting. I used to love being in the same lineup with him. How he would talk. And I think I told this story one time, but I was going out to batting practice one time, and it was early hitting, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get out to early hitting, before BP and get a couple swings and work on a couple things. So I go out, and Dante's already out there doing early hitting, and he's launching balls, just rocket left center, rocket into the synergy field, into the seats, boom, 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 one after another. And I get a little closer to the cage, dude. I'm walking up, and I'm like, oh my God.
Props.
I'm getting a bat. He's swinging with just his top hand, with his bat. Sometimes you do one hand drills. You got the small bat. You're like, okay, he's using his bat with his top hand, just going wham, and he's crushing balls like 380, 400 feet.
Oh my God.
I got a little closer. I go, Dante, dude, are you using one hand? He goes, yeah. He goes, I'm trying to prove to myself the top hand's the power hand.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, well, it looks like it is. But dude, he had such big forearms. And like I said, man, he was such a scientist as far as hitting goes. It was pretty incredible. And that's why I've obviously known Bo. I used to change Bo's diapers back in the day. In 2000, Bo was like one, seriously. And, we used to babysit Bo. I know, at times I didn't even have any kids back then. But then, I remember coaching the Blue Jays and going to camp there one time, and Bo was in high school, and he was coming to do a tryout.
Nice.
Yeah, so one thing about Bo, man, he was a second-round pick, probably should have been a first-round pick. People said he couldn't play short. Turns out he's a really good, one of the best shortstops in baseball. People say he didn't hit enough for a power. Yeah, he does. He goes to right center better than anybody in the game. At the end of the day, Bo Bichette's had an incredible career, and I think we're overlooking that he had just a injury-plagued 2024. I really believe 2025, Bo Bichette's going to have a monster year, and he's going to be back in the conversation of, do you assign him to an extension? Is he going to be a big trade piece at the deadline? What does it look like for the Blue Jays? But you're going to hear Bo Bichette again this year back in the conversations. I really believe he's got a little chip on his shoulder about the season last year and maybe about not being offered an extension. And I think it's going to be a great year for him.
Yes. And again, think about, you talk about power of positivity. If he does have a good year, let's just say he has his age 23 season this year. Okay. That was 298 batting average. Okay. Right. 29 bombs, 102 ribbies, 191 hits, 30 doubles. You have that year as a shortstop at 27 years old in a walk year. What are you getting? We're talking an entirely different conversation. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, dude. There's no doubt about it. I mean, this guy is, you like you said, 298, 29 homers, 102 ribbies, and then 22, same thing, 24 bombs, 93 ribbies, 2023, 20 home runs, 306 average. 24, dude. He had a calf injury. Dude, I've had calf injuries. It shuts you down. It's over. Calf injury. And then he fractured his middle finger when he came back on his right hand.
How's that hitting?
Basically ended his season where he hit 225 with 4 homers and 31 RBIs. Dude, there's sometimes, some years. I remember my 2002 season. I blew out I hurt my shoulder and I'm having surgery at the end, but I played the whole year, hit 260 with 6 homers. It was a crappy year. There's going to be years during your career where you just throw them out. Throw that one goes out. You know what I mean? And that was 2024 was that for Bo Bichette. So, I mean, look at the numbers that he's put up, dude. This guy's a star. And I think he'll be back again in 2025, putting up big numbers. And that's going to be great for the Blue Jays because you got Vlad, who's turning the corner to that superstar status. You got Bo Bichette, who's got something to prove this year. You bring in Santander. That's a 40 home run bat right there. You hope Springer does. Will Wagner's going to do some things. They got some thump in that lineup, man. They got some guys that can swing it now.
Yeah, and one more point. You mentioned the calf injury. Don't forget. I forgot about this, dude. Bo Bichette once stole 25 bases pre-easier to steal bases rules.
Right.
So you come out, if he's super healthy, if I'm him, go for like a 30-30 year. And then
He can do 30. Yeah, he'll be getting paid big money, 30-30, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
all right.
So,
what do you got going on today? You already have the sleeves cut off. You going to the gym now?
I already went to the gym, dude. I was coming from the gym. I had cold plunge. And next thing you know, I was like, my shirt smelled from the gym. I didn't want to put it back on. I was running up here to get on the computer. So I just said, just put because I was wearing this on top. So I got some good things going on. I'm gonna cook up a steak and eggs right now with Sarah and sit down with her for a second. And I'll probably go over to see my parents and.
There you go.
Yeah, so I got some good stuff, man. You got any good fun stuff today?
Yeah, you know what? It's nice out. I'm gonna take Macy for a super long walk. I'm trying to walk a lot.
Nice, dude. Yeah. Nice, man.
Doing that. And hey, one other programming note. Thank you all for getting us to 4,000.
Oh yes.
I think I know who we're gonna give this autographed ball to, Sean.
Really?
Yes, I will tell you after this, and maybe we'll reveal it tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
That's number one. Number two. Let's get to 5,000 now.
Yeah, let's go 5,000. It was hard to get to 100. It was hard to get to 4,000. Yeah. Let's cruise into 5,000.
Yes. So
tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Tell your neighbors. Tell your family.
Yes.
Only 10% of people are subscribed.
Exactly. Yeah, it's amazing. We have 50% of our listeners don't subscribe, so we at least double this. So maybe reveal tomorrow what the ball is, and let's brainstorm what our 5,000 giveaway is. Let's see that.
Yeah, it's going to be this bat right here.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not going to be that bat. This is one of my first bats from Cleveland. Look at that, T141.
Don't give your first gamer away.
That's what I mean. I'm not. I'm just kidding.
Right. We'll think about it and we'll get back to you, folks. Everybody else have a great day.
Yeah, have a great day, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.
See you.